For the ambulance service?
Yes.
Strictly for, okay.
Okay, and my continuing comment now for the third year would be, we need to achieve that long-range plan, that long-range goal, or we're going to continue to try and solve the short-term things through annual budgets. And I don't know how I can state it any better. We've been at this for 2 years. We still don't have the long-term goal or plan in place. So we need to really put the emphasis behind that in this budget year to get that done, or we're going to continue to face these possible failures of the ambulance providers.
Yeah.
Because, again, even more so this year, with the funding drop from the state level, it's going to continue to increase the pressure on whether or not providers survive or not. Because, I'm sorry, this county is so underinsured or uninsured that the impact of less and less reimbursements compounds the problem day by day by day. So it's even more vital that this plan, this process, get put in place as quickly as possible.
And if I could say, as the board knows, you set up 2 work groups, or authorized our office to set up 2 work groups, I think in May of this year. It was not a whole lot of months ago. There are a number of meetings that took place. The fire complex did interfere with, I'd say, probably 2 months' worth of meetings. So we need to pick it back up. But we do have a strategy that we're looking at. We're looking at it with the assistance of county council, and we also have had an offer of assistance from the PMC consultants who worked with the Ukiah Valley Fire District. Haven't signed any contracts or anything, but there are ways of addressing these things. We know what it's going to take to research it, and so we hope to pull that together, and it will go to a board ad hoc committee or to a board committee, whichever one is most appropriate, and then come back to the board, and we hope to do it before the end of the year.
Good. Supervisor Pinchot?
I'd like to make throw out a proposal here. We have the website stuff on the agenda. The $9,000 goes for the maintenance of that. I would recommend that we take that $25,000 that's in the IS budget and change that and give that to the funding for the ambulances. Because I really think that to keep our ambulances running is more important than having extra stuff put on the website.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
Supervisor Koufax, before I go to the CEO.
Yeah, I was, before you made your comments, I was going to make some of the same comments that you got in there. I think if there's any problem with this budget that jumps out at me, it's the failure of this budget to address those issues. And I know the staff's been working on it, I know we've been pulling it forward and so forth, but it's another year. The problem is exacerbated, and I would be very unhappy if we have to come back next year and say we're working on it or we haven't found an option. I think we have to make this the highest priority. My question was going to be, is there any chance we could have something together that could generate funds within this period we're talking about, this fiscal year? That's a guess, but I'd like to have it fast-tracked to the extent that we can actually see and say to those people that are out there, yeah, we have something going. We can't say that right now. And I understand all the reasons why, but I think we really need to say this is the big failure of the big problem with the budget right now. We have not addressed that crucial element that we have been talking about for now. This is the third year.
Okay. Mr. CEO.
I was going to say, as far as the reallocation of resources, unfortunately, because of the fire, our ambulance provider group has not had the opportunity to meet and discuss this further. Carmo and I have been discussing some various different approaches to this problem using our EMS agency, but one of the things I think that became apparent to us during the course of the fires was the whole system of how we provide support to both our fire agency and ambulances and emergency services supply systems really needs some work and some permanent sources of funding. So I think there are some opportunities that we could explore, some additional sources of funding. The sheriff and I, in addition, have talked about beefing up our emergency services response as far as the coordinated response between his office and mine. So we would like to pursue funding for all of those subjects. I just simply don't know how fast we could turn those things around, but I think it's become apparent that we do need to move forward more aggressively than we have been.
Yeah, because not only are we talking EMS, but we're talking this now third or fourth year on the fire side. And we still need that long-term solution for that also. So I know we're hemmed in with funding present day, but somehow we have to get out of present day into tomorrow for both of these programs, and not just address it every year with bits and pieces, and we have to move to that next stage. So, I await something in the future coming back to us that moves us to that.